Mammootty is back. By the looks of it, is he playing a villain?
If you make somebody feel that much fear from a pole star, I thought
It's not your typical police film.
the comedy in it as well, that's another thing.
But even going on to that, is that where Malayalam cinema is different? So the big news, this week, is Mammootty's back.
I can't lie, I'm excited.
You know, like, he's back. As The Rock says, finally, Mammootty is back in Malayalam cinema. I mean, he did have Bazooka, which came out in April, but he's kind of been away from the public eye, right? Like, we haven't seen much. Even, to be fair, Bazooka wasn't really promoted as much.
Understandable.
Yeah, so it's this whole... But how do you feel now he's back?
I think I'm excited. I'll be honest, going into like watching more Malayalam cinema movies and stuff like that as well, I didn't really know what to expect, the actors and stuff to expect. But Mammootty's one, I think his first movie I've seen, and I know it was a bit late, but it was Brum Your Gum. And I love that performance.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see him back in like cinema format. I remember before, because I had booked tickets to watch Bazooka, I was slightly half-hearted. Should I go or shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I remember seeing the review and thinking, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a bit of a miss. Like, I was excited just like, because, you know, the music, whatever, the trailer, whatever.
Yeah.
It just didn't hit the mark. But like, going back to himself, like, it's good that at least he's pretty much recovered. But like, they've kind of come out with this report about, you know, what's been happening and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So apparently, you know, according to Sri Raman, like, he's revealed that, you know, Mammootty lost his sense of taste, smell during early stage of treatment. He said also, what else has he said? I do believe, because there's 2 pages here to see. I've got one, and I know on the other one it was about, so lost his appetite for food, had some taste issues.
Yeah.
But apparently his ill health did not bother him much. I think there is something here where he did say that he found trouble with walking and stuff. But
I think that was by his most Patriot director, if I'm not wrong.
Really? Okay.
I remember reading in like an article online that the Patriot director was actually the one that came out and said that when he had that call with Mammootty, he didn't sound too well. He wasn't walking too well. And He didn't sound too well. He didn't sound too healthy. So them type of things that I feel for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's back now, so that's all good.
God bless.
But yeah, but I think he's gonna come back in a big way, because I mean, he's got 2 films lined up. I think Kamal Kaval or Kaval Kalam.
I think it's Kalam Kaval.
Yeah, or Kamal Kaval. Yeah,
the name gets confusing.
Yeah, it's Kamal Kaval. That, I think, will be the next one before we get to Patriot. But by the looks of it, is he playing a villain?
I think so, and I think it's interesting when he plays it, because he's versatile like nobody I've ever seen before as well.
Because from the posters, have you seen the posters?
Yeah, I've seen the posters of him. Bear in mind, like, he looks scary. Like,
there's 3 posters. I think the one that everyone, and this is the thing, everyone's talking about it, right? Like, everyone remembers it. The one of him with that broken cigarette, like master locking that guy. Also, there's the one with him smiling, and then there's the other one, the red one, the newest one with the webs and stuff. And I think there's, if you like zoom in, there's that little text, the Venom, but underneath or something. So it's interesting, because you're right, it could be a villain, but then it could be a policeman. Or are they going to shift it and make it this whole split personality type of thing? Because they could go that way as well, right?
I mean, they could. I'm trying to think, because I think from the posters that I've seen, he looks like a serial killer.
Yeah.
I think it could
that's what Anu said as well. Yeah, that's what someone else has said as well.
It could be something of like a split personality, and I think that'd be interesting to see.
I think that will, like, just to see like this psycho kind of killer guy on screen, and
and he can do it so well.
Yeah, there's.
If you make somebody feel that much fear from a pole star, I feel like when we go into screens,
the acting is just gonna be like, okay, not the cherry on the top, but that's just gonna it will come full circle. And is it Vinayakan? Vinayakan is the opposite lead.
Oh yeah.
So he was a villain in Jailer, right? So, but I don't think they would make him the hero. So
he could be the cop. Like, he could be the one chasing him down.
Or is he the real psycho kid? Like, this is the thing. Like, But the
gets
webs in the
confusing,
back, the webs in the back of the last poster is like someone's probably the mastermind of this whole thing. Is it Mammootty? Is it Vinayagan? That's Vinayagan. That's the only thing I could say, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll be honest, I do see that coming though as well.
Yeah,
I think from the third poster, you do feel like something else is
yeah. There's
behind the
gonna
scenes.
like they're gonna flip it on our heads.
For God's sake.
But then I think even going to Patriot, that is massive, right?
Yeah, I mean, Fahad Fasil.
Naidara and Mohanlal, like Eminem are back. Yeah. Like, and it's big, right? Like, oh yeah, it'll be.
I think he was saying as well, 60% of the shoot is already
Yeah,
done.
yeah. I think according to an article, whatever, yeah, it's only 60%. So they're halfway there. So we won't. See, this is the thing. Will we get it next year? I mean, he's back, but also on one of the reports from his health stuff, it was saying that he's just waiting for the doctor's approval to actually get back in because I think it was because of like there's still a risk of infection.
Yeah.
So he won't carry on maybe until so Patriot might come out end of this year, maybe Diwali, maybe Christmas.
I do remember reading a report saying that I think Patriot was supposed to come out sometime in November.
Next year, yeah.
November or December.
It seems like that. I mean, that's a big cast. I mean, the story. I don't think Mammootty and Mohanlal will be the villains. I think Fafa has to. I mean, it makes sense, right?
But then him across Mammootty and Mohanlal.
Yeah, that's like. Do you know what? That's gonna be so sick. Like the powerhouse trio.
Yeah, I can't lie. I
Like-
think I would love to see Fahad Fasil on screen with
Against these two together, like.
Nayantara's a bit of a. She's one person that I didn't really expect to be in that movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Technically, isn't she like a Telugu actress
With
mainly?
Tamil as well, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't really come in Malayalam movies as far as.
She's done one with Mammootty back in the day, see? So, which was called Rapakul. But was it as a love interest? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. But then, yeah, that's the thing. For her to take this film up, her role, it must be pivotal to this. Like, is it going to be two brothers and a sister? But Patriot is a war type film, right? Is it going to be like some army? Because why would they call it Patriot? Like, it has to be some kind of spy agent type police.
Or it could be Patriot to the nation, in like
Politics.
in the service. Yeah,
But then it's going to be like Lucifer. Like, I don't think they'll go the Lucifer route.
I mean, you could be right. It could be something of the army, but I don't think Nayantara's really going to be playing romantic interest roles.
No.
So it has to be like a sibling thing, or she has to be in a place of power, which would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I would love to see, I think, Mohanlal, Mammootty, and Fahad Fasil have like a joke or something on the screen. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like recently, you know how we got in Kohli with Amir Khan, Upendra,
Oh, yeah.
and Rajnikant.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
love to see their trio
Oh,
do
yeah.
something funny as well.
Yeah, that'll be. And if they do a dance number between Mohanlal and Mammootty, that will be interesting.
Swear to God, that would
Yeah.
be amazing.
But I think this will probably be a pan India film. I don't see it not being like just a Malayalam film. You know what I mean? It will get dubbed and stuff, I think.
Yeah, I think it will as well, because two massive actors as well. You can't
Yeah.
not do that for them.
I mean, Malayalam cinema is being put on the map. Like in the last 2 years now, like last year, this year.
Yeah,
So this film will be like more eyes, I think.
I think Patriot will most likely get most
Yeah.
of the views. But is it going to be something as big as L2, do you think? Like how L2 kind of took, I think,
Yes.
cinema by storm.
Yes. It has a chance of being bigger, but I think that is because of Mammootty, Mohanlal, and then you could probably add Fafa into that as well. Like,
I think they're the reason that it could really get big. Because
yeah.
I think they're three actors in the Malayalam industry who do so well with their projects each and every time.
But Fafa's been doing well in like Tamil cinema as well, like Marisan, Vetayan. Like
Did we include Pushpa?
yeah, but Pushpa 1. Pushpa 2, he was a bit like wasted, right?
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah,
I guess
so-
he wasn't the main villain, but yeah, he
Yeah.
was slightly wasted.
And you know what? I don't know, this might be like not real whatsoever. There was this thing on Instagram. Rumor, Ranbir and Fafa apparently could be doing some courtroom drama thing.
Ranbir Kapoor.
Yeah. Like,
Opposite. Oh my God.
yeah, I don't know. That's just a rumor. But let's go to like our main topic for today, right? We're revisiting a Mammootty film, of course. Like that's why we mentioned him in the beginning. You know,
Yeah.
this episode is pretty much for him and the film we're talking about, which is Unda, right?
Yeah.
What are your general thoughts of the film?
So I'll be honest, I went into it a bit late, so I decided to watch it. And going into it, it was a slow start. Like it, you know how like most of the movies start, and you wait for the entrance and you wait for the BGM. There was none of that over here. There was a bunch of, I think, scattered characters, just kind of like around a general setup, like more or less police, and they're going into an area where there's going to be a lot of, I think, is it Naxalites?
Yeah, they call it Maoist, right? They call it
Maoists.
Maoist. Yeah.
Yeah, so a bunch of them are around the area. You don't get to hear that standard like BGM that they use when Mammootty enters. You don't get to hear none of that. You see him with like a sharp gaze, staring at the guy that's trying to steal somebody else's
That
wallet.
was funny. Yeah.
Which is, I think, in my opinion, just a good entry. Because it doesn't always have to be. I think we've got too used to adding BGM to every
And the
character's
big
entry.
slow motion running entry. This was simple, and you're right. It was really good. Like the thief was looking, and he looks at someone. And he's like, "Okay, I'm not gonna take it," because he sees Mammootty, who was called, what's his character's name in it? Money. That's it.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, that was I like the entrance, but I think go like how you said how the beginning was slow. I think I like the way they set it out in the sense that okay, it kind of that okay, there's this group of like the Kerala police force, and they get shifted somewhere else. Because how would you describe the story without spoiling it?
I guess so. But I mean, do you feel like there are two separate types of audiences out there? Like movies, a lot of the time now you have to kind of be brought in by like a really quick hook. So like, I'll give you an example. Like Pushpa, slow start, but when you have that entry by Pushpa, like him holding the axe upside down, you kind of get excited. In this movie, there was none of that. But
Yeah.
it played to the movie's favor.
Yeah, it didn't need that because this film was meant to be this simple. It was light-hearted.
Yeah.
But I think without spoiling it, it's like I mentioned, a group of Kerala police get
Yeah.
shifted up north, I believe, to look after the polling for the election, make sure everything doesn't
Goes
go wrong. And the film is called Unda, which from the subtitles means bullet. So that probably gives you an indication where it was going, I would think. But I mean that's what you can say, right?
I mean, I'll be honest, even the characters that are around, like the other members of the police task force, I don't know if I'm getting his name right, but Shine.
Oh, it's Jojo in the film.
Jojo.
Yeah.
I think his character, I really did want to see a bit more exploration into his character, but I understand that his character wasn't supposed to be the forefront. I like I like a lot of when Mammootty's on the screen because
Yeah.
he uses a mix of like comedy, but also just staying very calm, being that one police officer that you're not expecting like massive action scenes,
Yeah.
but it's just a nice going Mammootty who just does this role really well and simply.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to do no extra or extravagant
Yeah.
type of performance. He goes in very simply. He does it nice.
But then, would you say that this film, because like Indian cinemas had a lot of police films,
Yeah.
this is a refreshing take on the police?
I mean, yeah, I guess if you go to like Hindi cinema and you watch stuff like Simba or Suryavanshi, you just
Yeah.
see loud police. I'm not even going to get started on, what was that last one? Singham 3?
Yeah,
I'm not
Singham
even gonna
again,
get
yeah.
started on that.
Yeah.
Because that for me was just painful to watch.
Yeah.
When you go from that to watching Malayalam movies and you watch Unda, say for example, you watch those two movies back to back, on one side you see the realistic police force, on the other side you see a glamorized version of just Bollywood.
And that's the thing, going back to the realistic thing, it's the fact that they went up north, only 3 of them or 2 of them knew Hindi. So the
Yeah.
fact that they incorporated that whole language barrier, they didn't need to dub the language for the audience,
Yeah.
add sub, you know what I mean? Like, that was very done well, I think, just to like break that language barrier. Okay, they can't understand what he's saying because they're from, Kerala, down south.
Yeah.
They go up there and it's like, what are they saying, right? So I really like the language, the barrier, right? And even when you mention most of the crew, I like the fact that they were this group, right? But then this is the thing, and this is what was a nice touch. Everyone had their own story. Well, most people had their own story, right?
I think so, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm trying to remember the characters.
Jojo,
specifically.
Arjun Asokan's character, the one that was getting married, but then his brother-in-law was in
his
the
friend.
force as well.
Yeah.
And then, so now we're going into spoilers, right?
Yeah.
But even the other guys that were fighting as well, they kind of, they were calling him a Maoist, one of the police guys. Yeah.
when he got into the fight with him.
Yeah.
I thought his emotional arc was pretty.
Yeah, like he was kind of held, but even Mammootty's character, right? Like when we go into like scenes and stuff, like, but then this goes back to the whole kind of premise of the story. Like they were never exposed to the big threats, the big like Mammootty literally mentioned in the film that he's never seen a red mark on him. So they've had this life in the police force which was simple, and it was reflected like really well in this film, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think even when we're talking about Mammootty's character, because bear in mind he's the forefront of it. I think when you go towards the end of the movie, you do get to see a bit more of that like commercial side.
Yeah, they
It's like-
they add that like drop of masala into it.
which I have to say was my favorite part.
Yeah,
because
that was sick. Yeah.
it being mostly like a calm movie throughout, I enjoyed a lot of the one-to-ones. I didn't need to see too much action. The comedy in it as well, that's another thing. Like the comedy
Do you
in
like
it was
it?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going into spoilers,
Yeah.
but every single time they complain that the bullets aren't coming,
Oh yeah.
and then when they're on the train, those two police officers, one of them's flirting with the girl.
Oh yeah. Asif Ali's character. Yeah. He's
flirting with the girl, and when he goes to the side, his partner comes and says the bullets are gone. He starts screaming, and then he goes into like a frenzy. He's like, "Bro, like, where's the bullets?" And the
Yeah.
guy basically ran away with them. And the one that was sitting in the
And I
car.
put his feet on the box, and then the guy's like, "Why are you putting your feet on the box?" Yeah, because that was the whole bit of the film now, right? The whole bit was we mentioned they go to the police up north. They don't have hardly any. They have the battering rams, the shields and stuff, but no, like hardly any bullets, right? And
Straight down.
that was the main bit because they've never been exposed to anything, so maybe they were like, we don't really need it. We know we're just gonna sit there, chill, and then when it gets into the real stuff,
Yeah,
it's like, how did they survive? So
I think even when that scene comes. I think the first scene where I think it's halfway during the night, and like the Maoists are apparently coming, but Mammootty goes into that like shock.
oh, that's the real attack, like just before intermission with the little kid,
No,
because the kid is just before, and then the light gets like shot, right?
and then everything kind of goes dark.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like you're saying, George or all the other policemen, they're all looking around at him saying, you're the leading officer. Why have you gone like?
And he does nothing.
Does nothing. But it's his ability, even after that, to make you feel like he knows he's a superior officer, but he knows in that moment he feels like he let his force down.
Yeah, he was scared, but then that's what they did so well. Like all of them were pretty much scared because they've never
Been in conflict. Before.
But like even at the beginning, right? If we like talk about some of the scenes in this film, I think when they're on that train, you just see them scrunching up the bottles.
Oh yeah,
and then lining it up, and then literally, yeah, you're right. The gunshot, that was funny.
That was hilarious. I'll be honest. And then I think when they get off the train, a Hindi officer comes up to them and says, like, what are you guys doing? Like, we didn't expect this type of like idiotic nature as well.
And they thought something actually went wrong because it sounded like gunshots. So
it was hilarious. I'll be honest.
And then there's some of them drinking, there's some of them messing around. Like they were literally told to uphold the honor
Kerala government, right?
of like the Kerala and the police.
Yeah.
And what happens? They ruin it within like.
Do you think it shows, going into like a conversation actually about it, do you think it might show how the actual government is with policemen? Because in this movie it kind of shows that on one hand, the government has sent them over to take care of the polling, but then the whole movie is basically about them kind of being disregarded by their own government. Do you feel like
Because of lack of equipment and stuff.
lack of equipment?
Oh,
or attention?
interesting. It could be. I don't know.
I know that's going into deeper things.
Yeah.
But I do feel this movie had a point in trying to point that out, saying maybe they're not given enough resources.
Yeah, lack of resources and stuff. Because if they are, yeah, but then maybe it could relate to like real, like there are serious things going in the world, but once you before you might not get into serious stuff, but when you get into serious stuff and you actually need the resources, then you don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was one of the points as well.
Oh,
I think another character I want to talk about, just because we're on this, I don't know what's his name, but I remember seeing him in Jawan. It's the first time I think I've seen him. So he plays like a father in the movie, like that lives in that same village.
oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. He
remember his
did a film called I haven't watched it, but it's Pepe Live, like Amir Khan produced it or whatever back in the day.
Yeah.
He has been around for some time. I exactly know who you're talking about though.
Because I remember in Javan, he was also in Javan.
Really?
If I'm not wrong, he was the first victim, the father that was claimed because, you know, he couldn't return the money to the bank. Then they
Okay.
came, beat him, stripped him, and then he hung himself in front of his daughter. If you remember that.
I don't remember. It's not ringing a bell though.
I know it could be just because I watched Jawan the other day.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's also because when I saw his face, it took me straight.
Yeah, you remember that because he's done films obviously before as well, but his role was definitely key as well. Do you think?
Yeah, I think so as well. I think also Mammootty. Do you feel like his character is in like a shell? Like the whole movie is he's in a shell, and then right towards the end, that's when he comes out. That's when he
Yeah.
shows like the people,
But it,
his police officers, fellow police officers, look like I'm not that guy that you mess around with. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll put you in your place. Just knocks everyone out. You see that?
yeah,
Like
but I think that's kind of representative of the whole film as well, because the whole film was in the shell at first, and then towards the end, it was just like break the
it
shell.
kind of it blew up.
Yeah, but what would you say? Like, what were some scenes that were memorable? Do you think in the film?
I think for me, I think going into the actual movie, the
Yeah.
scenes that were memorable, the bottle popping scene,
Yeah,
definitely. I like how that there's problems with each and every person. So like Shine Tom Kaku, I don't know if I'm saying his name
Yeah,
right.
go on.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
yeah.
but I think
Well.
his character, when he's on the phone arguing with his wife, and he's like, let me
Oh.
speak to her, and then she's like, I want nothing to do. He's like, listen, get lost, like go get a divorce. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then you see right at the end that comes full circle because he calls her, he apologizes. She's like, get lost, I still don't want anything to do with you. And he goes back to get lost, like get a divorce, I don't really care. But
Mhm.
I liked his character. I think the other one, the other police officer we were talking about, the one that kind of gets hate because
He's from like the village type
and stuff.
thing. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, so I think you're right about the water bottle scene. Even the Mammootty's entrance we mentioned, the whole thief thing, very simple but effective. Even when they first get there, we see that they're all tired. They want to go sleep, but he's like, you got to be alert just in case if some like Maoists attack.
Yeah.
All of a sudden that radio goes off, doesn't it? And it's like, and then everyone's sleeping, and it's like everyone get out because they might attack. And what is like funny, you see, someone's like half asleep trying to get up, and they all decide to take the guns, load the position, and Mammootty's like, where's the bullets? Are not even in the gun, they're in the box or whatever. That was so funny. And even with Arjun Asokan's character, when he decides to put on the light, do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he's just like to the guy, 1 minute. That scene was just funny. And I think that was throughout the film. The banter that they had as a group was just so funny.
I think the banter is what makes it work so well as well.
Yeah.
Like everybody's kind of having to go at each other. Everybody's getting onto each other. Like you said, the character, I don't know what his name is. I can't remember the character's names, but he's the one that's like, he's getting married to his fellow police officer's sister.
Yeah.
I think when they have that little heart to heart in the light as well,
Oh yeah.
when it's dark and
When they go off together as a position.
that part was really good. Oh, another part that's really memorable to me. I feel like it kind of made the whole movie come around. Again, it was Shine Tom Kaku as well. You know when he just has to shoot somebody, and he keeps like trying to figure out how to. So at first he's aiming, it's not working. Then he's thinking of those people down there, like his wife. He's like, "You want to get a divorce? I'll shoot you." And then, like, right at the end, it comes to him just like be like, "Jesus, save me!" He looks away and he takes a shot, and it's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I thought for me that just got me. It just made me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, what? Even the fight that Biju and Umi get into before everything gets serious, that was quite an intense thing, because they kept calling him Maoist, and then it didn't take long, like, for him to snap, and he snapped, and it just when you think they break off the fight, that van just
rolls past and blows up.
And I don't think. I clocked, like, I've watched, so that was the second time I've watched it now.
Yeah.
But even I didn't remember it that was gonna happen from the first time. I was like, oh snap, because you can't tell that was coming.
Yeah.
But I think throughout this film, what else? I mean, we'll go through the climax as well. But
How about that scene with Mammootty when when no, actually no, it's not with him. Sorry, when they're marching through the water.
Oh yeah, I know.
And
That's Shine Talk. Yeah,
and Tom Kaku, he sees this and he just jumps in.
he runs in the water and he legs it.
And you're thinking, bro, what are you doing? And then I think another cop comes over to him and he's like, everybody's waiting for you.
Yeah,
And then Mammootty asks him, what are you doing, bro? Like, nobody told you to run.
He only put his hand down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That was hilarious.
The comedy scenes for this movie
Yeah,
are really well
I mean,
made,
like, we've probably gone through quite a few like, most of this film was funny. Yeah.
But I think they will really get.
Yeah, even the bullets, the bullets going missing, that was quite a
funny part. I know we're not going on to the climax yet, but the climax is something that we do need to talk
yeah.
about. So,
because I think that is probably the best part of the film.
would you say?
Yeah, because, I think when you watch this, just first of all, it's not your typical police film. Get that out of your head. It's not a Singam. It's not a Simba. It's none of these. Just watch it, as a simple film. But even going on to that, is that where Malayalam cinema is different?
I think, okay, so I heard this back in the day a lot. I heard that Malayalam cinema has better content. And they focus more on content-driven stories than like the other elements that appeal to like Tamil, Telugu, or even Hindi cinema. I think I've realized that now after watching a few projects that Malayalam cinema will always have better content.
Yeah.
They stick to the realistic nature of the country so much that they don't focus on giving every character or every hero a larger-than-life persona. I mean, yeah, you have some movies like Empuran,
Yeah.
but standard, it's more halal.
Yeah.
You also have movies like, I think there was one that you mentioned when we spoke that's coming out of Mohanlal next week.
Oh, Hridyapuram.
Yeah. So you have movies like them that even from like the first teaser or clip of that, you can realize it's just very content driven. And I think that's what I love about the movies as well.
Yeah, I mean, because that comparison in terms of police, like Tamil cinema, Hindi cinema, it is over dramatized. Okay, there's one bit here when it does get a little bit masala based, but it's fine. Like it was good.
That.
Yeah, I think it was, and it does help. It pays off. Like that helps the whole moment pay off, right?
Yeah.
But just the way the story was, I don't think you would get this anywhere else.
I don't think you would either. I think even if you go to like a Hollywood movie, and I'm not trying to compare Hollywood to Malayalam.
Yeah.
Just before anybody asks me, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think even if you go to like Hollywood cinema, you still see a glamorized version of cops. I'm trying to think of cop movies in.
I haven't.
Like,
What you're gonna think of like something like Bad Boys, or like I'm just going like or
just
or like Paul Ball cop, the one where he's in the mall or whatever, or like
it's all slightly commercialized.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Malayalam cinema kind of takes that step forward, where they're like, we're not gonna do what you guys do. We're doing our own thing, and we're gonna be successful with that.
Because this film was rooted, like, it was basically all set in the way the film was set, very rooted, very simple. It does reflect real elements.
I think after getting past what I went through with War 2, because I feel slightly like that was a traumatic incident for me. I think after seeing the green screens that they applied there, and after seeing all them like crisp locations, stuff like that, to go to a movie like this was so refreshing.
Yeah.
Seeing like the realistic actual like locations that they've used. They don't have to apply green screen to everything, but they've just used beautiful locations.
Yeah.
And I think barely any CGI. I don't know if there was any CGI, but I think barely. But the realistic nature of it as well was beautiful.
Yeah. But I think now let's go to the climax, because honestly,
I want to talk about the climax as well.
It was amazing. Like, I don't know how you can put it. Like, you can't actually describe it. Like, I was just there. And I think the bit where it shifts. So let's actually, before I give my opinion, let's just talk about the story of it, right?
Okay.
Because it's the day of the election. Is like when the climax all kicks off, right?
Yeah.
And
so I think people are coming a bit earlier to come.
They got a bit worried at first, right? They were like, who's coming early? But then that's when they like flip the
they show their ID voter card.
Yeah, and then people start coming in, because the whole thing was, right, because Asif Ali has that like small cameo. He was two of them were meant to drop off the bullets, right? Because the big thing, like we mentioned quite earlier, that the whole thing about this film was the fact that they were low on bullets. They wasted it, right? That's something we haven't actually mentioned yet. They wasted it just before, like, you could say, when the
first
so-called
attack happened.
the first attack. But then the guy was like, "Why are you using all your bullets?" They only fired 1 or 2 bullets, and they used firecrackers.
Which, I'll be honest, you know when they point it out as well, I think Tom Kaku's character, he's like, what? Like,
He
he
realized,
seems so stunned about what he just heard as well.
because I think with his character, he wanted just to be the guy that shoots around. You know what I mean? That's what they tried to make him. So they only had 8 bullets.
8 bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was the whole thing. The bullets. So Mammootty's character, Mani, and Arjun Asokan's character went to go and pick up the bullets, didn't turn up, right?
Yeah.
And even backtracking quickly, the way they actually get the bullets, not more now, whoops. Imagine,
I feel like you've gone a
but
bit too much to the Patriot side, but fair.
Mammootty's published that picture of them chilling, and that's then the whole, Kerala, like, police and stuff realized,
Yeah, then the riot
give the
happened,
bullets.
Yeah.
So when they go and pick up the bullets, there's none to pick up, right? So they walk back, and this is when trouble happens, because we probably see one of the party groups, right,
Yeah.
going in, and they start pressing the thing. They're trying to rig,
the elections, yeah.
and then what else? And then so then at first, like, Shine,
Everybody,
Jojo's like, just, what, leave it. They haven't done anything for us to get involved, right? Yet. Only until they start putting their hands on the officials, right? And then that's when everyone comes in, and then Mammootty comes back, right?
yeah.
And then you just see him walking. And this is where the film just flips, because what does he do?
He just goes, beats everyone up as well.
He just slaps the guy. As soon as that slap hits, that is when the tone actually becomes like, we got to fight now.
Yeah.
And I think that was fine for me. Like, it was not. I think I was waiting for a moment like that, and I was like, yeah, like, we finally got the moment as well.
Yeah.
And then that's when it kicks off. They all start fighting, right? And then if you notice, remember the guy pushes Mani.
Yeah, when he pushes Mammootty, I think that scene, I'll be honest, I think I want you to say it, but that scene, the way it happened, the way they done it, because the whole time, yeah, you have all the police officers in that small little room arguing with each other. Everybody's got a problem with one another, to the level where, obviously, I think Mani, who Mammootty is, he's the SI. And even him, his own squad don't, like, have love for him. But in that one scene, when that guy pushes Mammootty on the floor, by the way, I wish I knew where that guy was, because I'd grab it myself. But when he does that in the movie, and you just see all of them guns up at the same time,
Yeah, it just shows that they all are still together, because obviously he didn't do anything in that whole scenario, so they were all like, "Why did you not do anything?" and stuff. But then towards the end, but then I think that's what the film does touch upon. Like, I'm just drifting here a little bit. Regardless of the arguments and stuff, they all came together, which was like a nice touch.
Yeah, but even, like, when they talk about, I think that character, the one that keeps getting called, like, he's from back home, or he's from that village, sorry. I think even when he says he's leaving the police force because of, that.
Yeah, after the fight. Yeah.
When he says something like that, you realize how unified the police force actually is, because they're all sitting in a room listening to it, and it's all of them kind of react in their own way, but a lot of them are just like, don't do that. Do you know what I mean? And they show how much they're willing to stick by each other.
Yeah, because after the whole guns thing, everyone, like, literally the whole visual was just like guns in that guy's face.
It switched.
Then it's like, okay, the political group decide they leave. So it's like, okay, we, what's gonna possibly happen? And this whole Maoist situation, because when you think about it, the Maoist group weren't really involved in 80.
Yeah.
It was only that actual scene where they did the firecrackers and stuff, but that was it.
Yeah, basically.
Because the party come back now, right? They're holding something behind the back of their backs, the bottles, the fire bottles. Then the film just goes action mode.
Yeah, the film switches. I think when they throw that first bowl, with the rag and the fire, I don't know what they're called. But when they throw it and that lights up, I think then that movie for the next 10 minutes is in a frenzy.
Yeah.
It's action scene after action scene. It's everybody defending themselves. Even, I don't know if you remember, but Mammootty goes inside to give his gun to one of the officials.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then after that, when the officials are getting beaten up, he beats everybody up, throws them out. He looks at that guy. He's like, "Why don't you use the gun I gave you?" And the guy just takes out the gun, just shaking his hand like this. You're like, why did you do that? Why did you take the gun then?
Because they're just, yeah, you're right. It goes into this frenzy, you know. But then see, this is the thing. Mammootty's character is still. I know he had that slap before. He's still technically in the shell.
Yeah.
Because he's standing there being like, go on. Like, he's still patrolling them in the sense that, go on, hit him.
Yeah.
He's not really done anything. And he does mention, we've only got 8 bullets. So we going old school. Helmets, shields.
Weapons, yeah.
Wooden stick, basically. And it was just like, that, yeah, it just goes into a frenzy, right? And you just see all of them going like, they all go wham, basically.
Yeah.
And then later, Mammootty goes down to help. And then it goes a bit slow-mo there.
Yeah, fair. I think I saw that part as well. But do you feel, I thought he was standing there to like protect the people inside. Because I did still see him doing a bit of action.
But then, I don't know though, because I think, maybe, but at the same time, I think there was still probably that nervousness within his character. Because
that went when he slapped the first guy.
Do you think? But I think, I don't know. But they weren't they had nothing on them then, did they?
But he was always like, I think he said as well in the scene that he's never been, in the years he's been.
Yeah, he's never been. Yeah, he's never had a red mark on him.
Never.
So
I think maybe actually you're right. I think he was still kind of
processing it and stuff.
But I think when his officers got touched, he was like.
But when he gets in, honestly, man, it's just like, I needed that little drop of masala in it because it just.
I
it was
felt
so
like
sick.
Crying. You know, like when a character kind of comes out of his shell, does something that they're not supposed to do, you feel, and the way that this movie kind of character builds as well, you see such fine nature with the way that they even do Mammootty for a second. Bearing in mind, I did have high expectations. I did think Mohanlal was going to cameo for a second. From somewhere.
Really?
I thought from somewhere Mohanlal might just come
You're
out.
wishing too. You're wishing. You're over wishing.
I'll be honest. I think my expectations were so high because, obviously, again, it's a Mammootty movie, but just his character building, it made me at that scene want to cry. I didn't cry. I didn't cry.
Yeah, it was like tears of joy in it because it's like. Yes, he stepped out and he just starts, and then towards the end, the stick, he wraps it around the cloth, fire.
I swear down.
Yeah.
And the whole time, you're thinking that you're counting the bullets in your head as well because you've heard Mammootty say to Shine Tom Kaku, you've heard him say that, listen, we've got 8 bullets. So throughout the whole scene, you see them getting
in between as well. Yeah.
And then you see him just firing 1 bullet at a time, sometimes 2. So you're counting the bullets down.
Yeah, you're right, because that was being shown throughout, right? The bullets were in between, like getting shown, and then they're like, "Come on, you need to hit 1 at least." But I think his motivation beforehand. Remember, he had the call with his wife in between.
Yeah.
And this was a big thing for his character. The fact that his ego, like he realized that it was my fault in the divorce, and he was literally admitting to his wife that it was my fault and whatever. And the wife didn't care. So that obviously fueled him. And then you're right, you mentioned it. Like on the last couple of bullets, it's like, you want a divorce? You want a divorce? And then he just goes frenzy. It's only until he closes his eyes. He's like, Jesus, please, Lord. Shoots, close his eyes, shoots. He hits it. And then and then he gets excited as well.
Swear down. I think he probably, after Mammootty, for me, he really shined.
Yeah.
I've seen a few other of his performances in other screenplays, but never something kind of like this where I've really, and bearing in mind, I don't watch a lot of Malayalam movies, but even watching this one, it was like a change of opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I need to be sitting through these a lot more now.
Yeah, because even, they survived that whole
ambush.
Yeah. And then they're ready to go back. They take the nice picture at the end.
Yeah.
And then we get that thing with the monkey on dancing, on like enjoying on.
Oh yeah, just enjoying
on top of the bullets.
Yeah.
So the bullets actually are left on some rail track, and then. But actually, do you know what? We haven't mentioned this whole time, right? The book, Mammootty's book.
I swear down, I was actually going to bring that up.
Really?
Was that slight foreshadowing? Do you think?
See, now I'm trying to figure this out. I think was it a foreshadowing for danger?
It might have been, but I think it was something else.
Do you think? What do you think it was?
I mean, I don't know. I guess like halfway through the movie, yeah, you kind of see him. Well, at moments, you see that he's seeing some random things with like the bird. I was thinking as well that must have meant something for the whole movie. So the whole movie we haven't talked about it. The fight scenes happened. Maybe it was just there.
But then I think at the end he closes the book, and I don't think we really knew what the lady and the bird was, but the lady and the bird were on the cover of the book that he was reading.
What was the book's name? Do you remember?
Something about lives, or like not solving life.
Peek into our life, something like that.
Yeah, something about life or stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or am I making that up? No, I think it is something about
think
life,
it is.
like the wonders of life, or some like I don't know something.
Something about that, because I remember him picking up that same book as well, and he was looking around. I thought he was going to give it to somebody else, but he didn't. In fact, he just kind of like he was just like, yeah, look, it is what it is. I kept the book. When he closed it though, I don't know. I kind of expected a bit more from that.
Really, but then this is the thing. He closed it, and then we noticed, that it was the lady. But I think it was the foreshadowing for danger, because I think before every
Incident.
before he had the little heart attack or what, like before he had the heart attack and stuff, the lady and the eagle were there. Before the whole fight sequence, or in between the fight sequence, he sees the lady and the eagle, I think, as well. So I feel like it was at times to alert danger. Like he knew that there will be some danger. That's what I think, because I can't see any other reason why.
I mean, you're right. There was that scene in the forest as well where I think the character we're talking about, the one that was from Javan, the dad, the one that plays the father, even when he's getting beaten up in the forest, but before when they're looking for the cell service,
Yeah.
he kind of looks and he sees it.
Yeah, so I think, it's something to do with danger. It's definitely...
Has to be. A nice foreshadow for danger. I think
It's very clever. It's very...
Yeah.
If that is what they went for...
I feel like it's giving me some peace thinking about it. I hate loose ends.
Oh, yeah, because I think that would... I think we wouldn't be the only ones to think, what was that for? Like, but if that is so subtle, but it's such a good touch.
Such a subtle hint as well.
Yeah, but that's like carefully weaved in, man, honestly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But I think overall, this was, really good.
It was a good watch. I'll be honest. I think getting me out of the mess that was coming in from the weekend, especially
Yeah.
that was a troublesome weekend. I think the worst part was that I waited a while to watch the movie.
Oh, which one? This one or both of the others? Water and Cool. Oh, yeah.
So I waited. Cooley and Water.
Yeah.
Clash. The fact that walking away from, I think this week, I can say the best movie I've seen is Unda.
Yeah.
It has to be probably one of my, that's my defeating feature. I know now that I have to be tuning in for more Malayalam movies.
Well, you know what? Thank God for Malayalam cinema. After the so-called clash, if you want to go watch something, you can watch this. I mean, there's loads.
As much as we talk about Hindi, Tamil, Telugu cinema,
Yeah.
not enough light is brought to Malayalam cinema. Or do you feel like it's stepping out of the shadows?
It's there. People are watching it. It's a good question, actually, because...
I think, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu cinema, they bring in a lot more people.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if you look at it, even like Fahad Fasil, who, bearing in mind, I love that guy with my absolute heart, but he has to step out of Malayalam cinema to do...
he's done it. Yeah.
Or even like flipping Pushpa.
Yeah, Vettayan,
It's not the problem that he has to do that, but I think most likely to get that reach, to get that recognition.
He's done it, and it's helped, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Like, it is getting exposure, but I think I'm not going to think of it at an Indian's perspective for now.
Yeah.
In terms of UK, it hardly gets covered, if I'm being honest. And you can't really blame anyone, because every creator, every press feed has their own thing, right? Has their own thing. You can't really blame anyone, right? But if we're just looking at the UK, it rarely gets covered. Like,
yeah.
And
kind of...
in the night, it's always about Bollywood. I think here, Tamil cinema is probably second best.
Yeah.
But Malayalam, and it's a shame, because people are not knowing what they have within Indian cinema, which is beautiful, basically.
I think I do have to say in that sense as well that you have kind of put me onto Malayalam cinema.
Oh, thanks.
Bearing in mind, I think before me and you even started speaking, I did watch one or two. I watched a movie of Tavino Thomas's called Arm.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a fantasy.
How was that?
It was really good actually.
Yeah.
And other than that, I watched Brom Yogam.
Oh, yeah, that was wicked.
Brom Yogam was so scary.
Yeah,
I
it was-
walked out. I think half an hour in. I think the first time that
Why?
you
Because it
see-
was scary.
Yeah.
Not because it was bad, yeah?
no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's a movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A folk singer, you see the grey and black outline, you see him
Oh, yeah.
running
yeah.
away. But the first time I think I saw Mammootty smile, I'm saying he has an amazing smile. But first time I saw him smile in that movie, I was like, yeah, I don't think this movie's for me. And I walked out. It was so eerie and so sinister that you're thinking, all right, Hindi like horror movies, we have what? Bulbulaya.
Yeah, but it's not scary. Like, Street 2 had 1 or 2 scares, but that's horror comedy, innit? Brahma Yugam is,
Is a different.
yeah, it's
level.
different. It's a different movie. I think, was it on Letterboxd or something? It was the 4th highest rated horror film from last year.
Ooh, I don't think.
So,
But it could have been.
yeah,
I think
I
it should have
saw
been
that.
somewhere at the top.
Yeah, like, if it gets nominated for any national awards, hopefully.
Deservedly so, but I don't think Malayalam cinema. That's what I think I'm starting to not like about just
The other, the whole. But I think
Indian
that's
cinema
what
in
you'll learn. Once you start watching it, you'll be like, Malayalam cinema should be getting, well,
More
most,
appreciated.
most of the awards, really. Let's be honest. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think, like, you know, you mentioned, are people like, is it still, yeah, UK. India, I don't think so. I think people have caught onto it, I would say. But I think internationally, no.
fair. Another thing as well, because we're talking about Malayalam cinema
Yeah.
in comparison to the other industries. I know the Baaghi 40s that came out, and I know a lot of people are comparing that.
Do you see what I put on my text hook?
I saw you comparing that. to Marco.
It's a bootleg marker. That's all I'm saying, guys. Hey, the Malayalis out there, if you're watching this bit, you can back me up because they're trying to copy the whole thing.
Even
Basically,
animal, it has hints of animal with, you know, the men with the mask.
the blood. Yeah,
Like, what?
but
why are you doing
I don't.
that?
I think if it was just me, blood doesn't spray that much compared to other films. That's all I'm saying. I noticed the blood splatters a hell of a lot here.
I think Marco was an amazing movie. as well.
I loved it. Like,
That was the first time I've ever seen Unni.
really.
It was-
Yeah, 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 yeah,
on the-
yeah.
on screen. That's the first time
Yeah.
I've seen him.
Damn.
I remember going to watch that movie, and you know, just that first.
You watch it in cinema?
Yeah,
I watched it in cinema too. Like, pretty busy cinema. Like, it was pretty much packed. The people next to me, they were like gasping at stuff. They were reacting as well. So
so I used to work at, I think, a cinema as well, not too far, and we used to have a lot more like people coming in for Tamil Telugu.
yeah,
We had Pushpa 2, I think that came out a bit of time after.
yeah, just before. Yeah, December, beginning of December. Yeah,
And I think when people came in for Marco, the way they came in and the way they exited were two very different things.
yeah, but
They came in all excited. They walked away just worried for their lives. You know that first scene where he's beating them dogs up in the
Yeah, so a spoiler. He pulls the dog's mouth in it. Spoiler alert.
I swear down. And then he says, what's that line he says? He says,
I don't-
come on guys, like I like dogs. I've got my own. And you're just like, bro, this guy's saying it so casually as well.
Oh, honestly, like, do you know what? I'm gonna give you one film which was, it is like Unda, but it's darker, right? It came out this year. Tavino Thomas's Navretta. If you go and watch that, you'll see elements of Unda, I think, in it.
I think I've seen your review on that.
Yeah,
Is that the one about the
He-
like a murder that takes place?
he goes. He's a police force, and he goes to this village and stuff. So similar like this, but darker as well. And they do a battle scene as well. But that battle scene, like, it's more like serious. And Tavino in that is just like, definitely, I think one of the top performances of this year was in that film.
In Navrat.
Yeah, just to see him in that conflict between which side do you want to be, on the village side, do you want to be on the police side, who do you help?
I think even getting into like speaking about, you know, actors from the Malayalam
Yeah.
cinema. Mammootty, obviously, the first time I really ever saw Mammootty on screen, other than Brahm Yogam, we went to watch
Oh, telepathy, yeah.
Tirupati. When I saw him in that young avatar, now look, you get to see him dancing alongside Rajinikanth, which is something God knows if we'll ever get to see again. I pray. You know, if a movie like that is made, that we get to see something like that. But just getting to see those two stars dance on a big screen, just to see the performance that he puts through as well. Like I remember watching, I think, the trailer for Turbo yesterday, and
Okay.
also Christopher.
You watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched Christopher. So looking at his performances, he is so versatile as an actor. And I think I have to genuinely just be very happy. And I think we're all very lucky that he's back
Yeah.
and that he's happy and he's, healthy.
Yeah, because I've watched I haven't watched like loads of Mammootty films. I watched some. Yeah, like Unda. Even what's a good Brahmayugam's a like wicked
You
one.
mentioned in Raw.
Rorschach, yeah, I watched that. I liked it, but it's very weird.
How do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. It's not for everyone. I'll be honest. Like, it's not everyone's cup of tea. If you like weird type thrillers, like let it play out type thing,
Okay.
it's up your street. If you're commercial, or if you're like non-Indian, I think you might like it more as well. The music is very commercialized,
Okay.
but I really like the background music in that film. Also, Raja Manikam, that's an old school Mohanlal. I said that again. Mammootty film, old school Mammootty film. That was jokes as well. That's one you need to watch as well.
I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. You might have to give me a list.
Yeah.
Of this, the movie.
Yeah, Raja Manikam is like just a masala film, but it's a good one, really good one.
I love seeing actors, especially like ones that we have that are a bit more aged now. Like Mammootty, I'm reading, he's 72. And I think Rajnikant and Mohanlal and them type of actors, they're a lot more just up there, like in their 70s. I love seeing them sometimes just in their, like, old school movies.
Yeah.
Just shaking a leg or doing stuff like you don't get to see them do nowadays on screen.
But from Unda, what I'd like to see Mammootty do? A cop role, but a badass one, like a serious one.
I think that's what you get to see in Christopher, actually.
Oh, really?
In Christopher, he's more like... He's like a cop vigilante.
Is he in the uniform though?
No.
Oh, see, no.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I need him to be in the uniform, serious, badass. Oh, not like Bazooka, but like similar.
Not like Bazooka at all.
But similar, like kind of that style, but in a police outfit. The cleverness, the swag, the action.
That kind of wit as well.
I just need maybe a little bit of psychoness dropped in as well. I tell you now, but maybe Kalam Kaval will have a touch of that.
Hopefully, I think I'm praying that we get to see.
Yeah.
That. But I think Kalam Kaval or Patriot.
Patriot, yeah.
I think
Patriot something like Desh, but you know how they say Desh, but something, yeah.
You have to see them do something of that level in it.
Have you seen any other like Malayalam films or?
I think trying to think. Any other Malayalam movies? I think Marco was one that sat with me very deeply.
Yeah.
That one messed with my mind. I felt like the ending was a bit rushed. If you
okay.
The ending with like he goes and after his family gets killed, he just goes and kills everybody. Another spoiler. I'm sorry.
No.
But other than that, I'm trying to think. I watched Arm from Tavino Thomas. I watched Arvisham recently.
Oh yeah, what did you think?
That movie is amazing. I have to be honest when I say. I genuinely, getting into that movie was very slow. I think when I see actors that I don't kind of know on screen, it's very difficult to kind of watch movies. Not in that sense, not like I need to know every actor, but it's easy when you kind of have
it's like the first time in it, so you don't really know what you're going for.
Yeah. And then you see like Fahad Fasil as this character Ranga sitting on a chair in his white outfit. And every single time he's on screen, every time he's on screen in that movie, including any fight scene, including even, the ending, like...
When he goes after the boy, goes after the boys after the results, right?
Yeah. Hilarious. I think he does so well in that role.
Yeah.
For me, it feels like Fahad Fasil is a reason why I'm kind of going into Malayalam cinema more as well.
Okay.
I think... He has a movie coming up as well.
Yeah, end of this month as well.
Yeah, I don't want to pronounce the name.
Kalyani Predestined.
The romantic movie with her.
Yeah.
Which I'm really looking forward to. I think I love the teaser of it.
Okay.
I think it was the teaser of it. It showed like a different light.
It's about the horse, right? I'm trying to go off the top of my head, like the white horse.
I think so, yeah. But it must be like a love triangle thing.
Do you
It
think?
must be. Because I think that's what they're trying to show in the trailer.
Have you seen the video that he was promoting the film? I think so. It was him on stage with like Kalyani Priyadarshini and like other people, and he recreates the Avisham dance. Have you seen it? So he's doing the little shoulder shrug. Like it looks like he's having fun. You need to watch that little clip. Honestly, like he's just like doing that. He's just literally like redoing it.
Innit?
Yeah, like I think there's a
Do you
good.
get
Yeah, go on.
from Shine Tom Kaku? Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah,
but
no.
From Shine Tom Kaku, do you feel you get similar vibes to like Fahad Fasid?
No, I think he has this. Oh, like he's a bit different. I think.
In what sense would you say? Because I feel like watching his performance today, in my head, I could put Fahad in that role and just, I feel like it'd be good.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they're similar. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. But I
Experimental wise, I think
wouldn't say they're the same though.
not the same, but like in terms of like they experiment quite widely. So like,
Because he did Good, Bad, and Ugly as well, right? He was in a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
the Ajit,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Father's always also gone into Tamil cinema as well. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Even watching him in the movie that he's making with Kalyani Priyadarshini at the end of this month.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has 2 releases.
Yeah.
Same day. I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Busy
sure.
for her.
Yeah, so one is that Loka chapter
Yeah.
1, Chandra, which seeing a superhero movie, how do you feel on it? Like, what do you feel?
I have hopes.
Yeah. Do you think your hopes have gone higher because it's in Malayalam cinema?
No, but I think we're in safe hands. Also, the fact that they've got the same stunt direction from like Javan and stuff,
Yeah.
they have forked out the money clearly for that. It's probably not on as big of a budget, but is Tavino going to be in it? Because on the cast list on Google or whatever,
Listed, yeah.
it says Tavino, and so is he the villain in this? What's his like? We don't know yet.
I think he must be, but I also think Tavino would be like,
The,
because you know how these movies create a universe. So now we know it's called Loka.
Chapter 1,
Chapter
Chandra, yeah.
So we know there's gonna be more. If you just use Tavino Thomas as like a passerby, as just a one and done villain, I'll be extremely upset.
Is he the mastermind of this whole, or is he like the Nick Fury? Because that
would be a good
it could be like that as well.
It could be, but seeing him go up against, I think Kalyani Priyadarshini,
It's too early for it.
yeah, it's too early. I would love to see him as like a ending,
Yeah,
like Thanos,
yeah,
like a Thanos.
yeah. I think hopefully Thanos, Nick Fury type.
Yeah, that he has like a powerful role like that.
I'm excited. Like the trailer looked good.
Yeah, but I think going into it expecting a superhero movie, I'm not. I think I'm not going in expecting something
I don't. Yeah, go on.
groundbreaking.
It won't be a full-fledged superhero movie. I think. I think it'll be there will be a backstory, and then
I think it'll be an origin. I think from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be an origin with slight hints of here and there of like, good VFX work.
yeah.
Because we saw, I think, in the trailer when she's asked by this little girl if she's a superhero, she looks and she smiles, and then the next scene is cut to her like kind of doing.
Oh, raised up, yeah, high up, yeah. Oh, but yeah, there's 3 releases coming out next week, so
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for all 3 of them. By the
yeah,
time,
3. So Onam's big
it's gonna be
Malayalam
big.
cinema.